say, man, hey, man, we ain't gonna waste no time in this video. So make sure y'all go ahead and smash the like button, hate if you want to, and subscribe to the channel if you ain't already subscribed. But let's talk about something that ain't none of these other channels and media outlets talking about, because everybody is on the Devin Haney train right now, right? Because that's the popular thing, is to ride on Devin Haney right now. But let's just keep it a buck, because we all saw what Keyshawn did, you know. Keyshawn pulled some BS, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But Devin and Bill not only clout chased Shakur Stevenson's name, they did it to Gervonta Tank Davis too. And I'm not even a Tank fan like that, but I got to keep it real, because that's one thing I'm going to do on my platform, is keep it real. And let's talk about it. First, we're going to start with the timeline of the whole Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney situation. Okay. They didn't start calling Shakur Stevenson's name until Shakur had that fight against Teofimo Lopez. And of course, why would they be calling his name? Shakur was a 135-pound fighter, right? He fought Teofimo at 140. So after he did what he did to Teofimo, you know, put on that display, damn near shut Teofimo out, then they wanted to clap, because everybody was talking about Shakur in the Teofimo fight and what he did to Teofimo. Here come Devin and Bill, right? We want to fight Shakur. We want to fight Shakur. Now they calling him out, and that's all good, right? But then they calling him out and saying that he has to come to our weight division. And I don't give a damn about none of that Conor Ben shit, right? Every man is their own man. So if you calling him out, usually when a fighter calls another fighter out, they don't call him out, right, in a whole different weight division and then say that you have to come to my weight division for a fight that I'm saying that I want. It don't go like that. Usually the one that's doing the call out, they either saying, okay, let's meet in the middle somewhere, or I'm coming where you at. But Devin and Bill didn't do that. They made y'all believe that they really wanted to fight Core, but in order for the fight to happen, it would have to be that he has to go to where they at. Make that make sense. But anyway, right? All that shit went on. We know that Gillian Wallow got Bill Haney and Jay Prince, Shakur Stevenson's manager, on a FaceTime call. They had a conversation and they came to an agreement to leave it alone, because Bill Haney said absolutely under no circumstance is Devin Haney fighting under 147 pounds. It's 147 pounds or nothing. He's not even taking a rehydration clause at 147 pounds. It's 147 or nothing. Jay Prince said, well, if y'all not willing to do a rehydration clause at 147 or fight at 144 pounds against Shakur with no rehydration clause, meet us somewhere in the middle if y'all saying that y'all want to fight. Well, let's just leave it alone until Shakur goes to 147, because he's not a 147 pounder right now. They both agreed, once again, to leave it alone. Now, that was it. Didn't hear nothing else about it, right? All of a sudden, Keyshawn Davis becomes the mandatory, right? Or Keyshawn Davis becomes ranked 1, and they get notified that Keyshawn is going to become Devin Haney's mandatory, and they eventually going to mandate the fight, right? They notified them before that happened, because the president of the WBA or the WBO, he said it in an interview with Najee. He said, yeah, we let them know beforehand that, you know, what was going to take place. So that happens. We know how that whole situation went down. But in between that situation, as soon as that situation came up, Devin and Bill was like, Shakur, where you at? Nah, we want to fight Shakur at 144 pounds. Let's fight. Let's make the fight happen. Shakur agreed, and but it was one roadblock in the way, Keyshawn Davis, right? We know how that all went down, right? Hey, I can't really do nothing because unless Keyshawn willing to move out the way, or Devin Haney willing to say, hey, you know what? F this strap. I want to fight Shakur. He never did that, right? But he's still screaming, we want to fight Shakur at 144. Zuffa wanted. We didn't got $100 million deal with Zuffa. All that shit was a lie. They was reporting it. Bill Haney was backing it, right? He came on my channel, said Zuffa wanted to fight, and he was online talking about his $100+ million deal. Sean Zartel reported it. Everybody was reporting it. But like I said, that shit came out to be a lie. Right? They want to fight in it, and Shakur agreed the whole time. Meanwhile, Keyshawn is still a roadblock. All of a sudden, Tank comes in the picture. Tank say, you know what? I want to fight this punk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not calling him that. I'm just using Tank's word. Yeah, let's get it popping. So Tank eventually goes behind the scene, have Al Heyman send over Devin and them an offer, right? But Tank say, hey man, abide by my rules. I'm the A side and we can make it happen. Ultimately, that fell apart, but Bill Haney was like, F Keyshawn Davis fight, F a Shakur fight. We fighting Tank next. He was running around for a minute. We fighting Tank, right? F all of that. F what we got going on with Keyshawn. We gonna fight Tank. And now that the smoke is cleared, all of it is BS, because what weight was you gonna fight Gervonta Davis at? Because now we know that Keyshawn pulled some bullshit because he wanted more money. So the coast is clear. Devin and them is free to do what they want to do, right? Now, Shakur is still right there. Tank, you know what I'm saying? He got his issue, but Shakur was still right there. And you're saying that, well, hey, absolutely not at 144. We absolutely are not going down below 147 pounds under no circumstances, right? But before, it was 144 pounds. You didn't have a problem with it when Keyshawn was in the way, right? But now that Keyshawn is out the way, it's absolutely not 144. Absolutely, we ain't going a pound below 147. We ain't doing that, right? So when you look at the whole picture and you ask yourself, and you look at it and you say, man, they was only doing that shit because they was looking at any way to get around fighting Keyshawn Davis. And Keyshawn ignorant ass pulled out, and I don't want to call him that, but there was an ignorant ass move he did when they was looking to get around the situation, and he let them get around the situation, being greedy and wanting more money. But what weight were you gonna fight Gervonta Davis at? Because you know he wasn't going all the way up to 147 pounds. And now that you free, I'm not going below 147. So we know that you wasn't gonna fight Shakur at 147 because he said he wasn't going up that high. So I'm asking again, if you were serious about the whole Gervonta Davis situation, what weight was you gonna fight Tank at if absolutely under no circumstances are y'all going under 147 pounds? What changed? Because you knew, just like the world knew, that Tank wasn't going all the way up from 135 to 147 to fight Devin Haney on his terms. So what changed? The answer is nothing changed. The only thing that changed is they was clout chasing these names. They was bluffing. And now that the coast is clear, anybody with common sense would know that they was bluffing the whole time, because they knew they wasn't gonna drop that strap, because they did what they were supposed to do with the situation with Keyshawn, right? They just really was looking like they didn't want to because they was bringing everybody else in the situation that had a big name to try to take the focus off Keyshawn. But at the end of the day, y'all shows y'all true colors because now we ain't fighting at 144 pounds. And that's cool. We fighting Liam Paro. They trying to negotiate. Man, come on, man. Because if y'all don't see that shit, y'all either just blind as hell and naive, or you just lying, acting like you don't want to see it because it don't fit your narrative. That man was clout chasing, bluffing. What happened to all that shit he was talking before when Keyshawn was a roadblock? Now that Keyshawn is out the way, feel how you want to feel about it. I said what I said, and I'm gone.